Hello everyone and welcome to the Rift. Today I have a feature match to share with you from our latest tournament. That's right, over the weekend this Saturday I hosted a tournament. If you want to view the entire VOD for the tournament, you can do so on my channel as well, over in the live stream section. And if you want to sign up to participate in future tournaments, you can do so using the link in the description. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for future tournaments so that you can watch them as soon as they go live, or watch any videos I post covering the event as soon as they're uploaded. Teemo. Okay, interesting. Teemo and Misfortune. Yeah, pretty early game focused aggressive composition as well against Yasuo and Misfortune here. Also very aggressive early game composition. Seem to be a lot of very fast decks being played in this. Not really a surprise. It's really easy to score a ton of fast points. Aspirant's Climb. Interesting. Okay, this might be Ramp Misfortune then, if that's what the battlefield they're picking is. Interesting. They're going first, so their field's discarded, and we'll be playing with the other three. Candlelit, Targons, and Vandal. Okay. Honestly, pretty neutral fields all around. Vandal benefits Teemo, really. And Targons benefits most of these players, I'd say. They have some decent reactive stuff they can play. Gusts, Rebukes. Lots of purple. Lots of purple in these matches so far. Potentially a good color in 2v2, it's not a very good color in 1v1. Alright, players are going to go ahead and resolve their mulligans, and we'll get on our way, starting the game. We got Misfortune going first. Just getting nothing onto the board. Yeah, it might be Ramp Misfortune if they're just passing. Yasuo is going to go ahead and develop a Tide Turner, just a unit, and pass. Alright, Teemo's up next. Just going to play their Teemo and pass, okay. Just another unit and passing. Misfortune's gonna play a stacked deck. Look at some cards. Just pass their turn, okay. A pretty slow start, honestly. If they're playing an aggressive build of the deck, you really want a unit down turn 1. Also curious as to why they're playing orange MF if this is an aggro build. Purple MF is insane in 2v2, because it helps your teammate as well. Just gonna move on to this Vandal tree. Get a point, yeah, take it away from Teemo as an option. Looks like Misfortune just played a Nocturne and passed. Okay, interesting. Might be an aggressive build of the deck then if they're playing Nocturne. This doesn't really work in the Dazzling Aurora build. Play Energy Conduit. Interesting. Okay. I don't think this card's very good. It's at least not good in 1v1. It might be better here? I'm not sure. And a seal. Okay. They might be going for a very late game build of this deck with Energy Conduits and seals. They're going to ramp up into stuff. don't know why they're playing a seal now and not using it. Hopefully they use it and don't just pass, or else they're just wasting a rune for nothing. Okay, they found a Nocturne off Candlelit. That's pretty good. What? Use your seal. You can pay for Nocturne with seal. You don't have to use a purple. I don't know why they did that. Okay, they're gonna put the Teemo back into their hand. Right. And hide a card with the seal, yeah. Over here with this Nocturne to protect this battlefield, okay. This might just be a super late game composition here, with maybe Dazzling Misfortune as a ramp deck and playing this as more of a ramp deck late game build as well. With a bunch of big spells and units and stuff. Maybe we'll see how it does. Wait, did MF just pass and not do anything? What? Okay. Very interesting. They might be playing the Aurora build as well then? Interesting. Very interesting to pair a ramp MF deck with Yasuo. I would think you'd want to pair it with something with a lot more removal to stabilize the board so Aurora can take over the game. It doesn't really seem to fit as a strategy with an aggressive deck. Use spells on your teammate's turn. I guess, yeah. If they've got, what, Catalyst in hand? They could be holding that up. Right, they might be using this Nocturne to attack this or this. Either one's probably fine. They could swing over here to retake this Vandal if they want. They could swing into Targons to get extra energy. Looks like it's going to be met with a fight or flight. Yeah, this might be the Aurora build then, because that deck does want to play cards like this to slow the opponent down. Buy time to establish your win condition. MF is going to think about what they want to do here. They've got 5 energy open, so yeah, they could accelerate or just play this raw if they want to. I don't have to accelerate it. Might be playing double Yasuo to just combo win. Yeah. Maybe. I think I still would like purple MF here in that case to take a bunch of points early. That card's really good in 2v2. But yeah, double purple Yasuo combo is interesting. Okay, we got a sabotage coming down. Gonna look at... Oh, nothing, because it's gonna get defied. Okay. Really don't want them looking at their hand, I guess. Interesting. Okay, gonna pass go up to 4. Yeah, this is a lot of points pretty early. Their opponents are only at 1. Okay, and they're gonna pass. Also very interesting, just not doing anything. I mean, fair enough, they are in a decent position. Maybe they just have a ton of spells in their hand that they can't really do much with right now. Yeah, just choosing to hold onto these battlefields instead of pulling back into base to keep them safe. Very interesting because, yeah, this Nocturne can gank over and just kill something for free, provided Yasuo doesn't have any protection. I'd imagine they have a bunch of protection, because otherwise why would you make this play if you can't save any of your units? Yep, they got a fight or flight. Alright. Just gonna push the Nocturne back out of combat. Promising future, likely tech? Maybe, yeah. Double Nocturne, promising future. Teemo doesn't actually seem that bad. But yeah, against some decks you do risk giving your opponents big stuff, which could be a problem. A double energy conduit and seal of insight. This is a lot of ramp, but that's 3 cards gone from your hand just to ramp. I'm not really sure how valuable that's gonna be. That's minus 3 cards. That's a lot to commit to just ramping a little bit. We'll see if it pays off for them. What kind of big plan they have for this much ramp. Okay, they're just gonna pass again. Yeah, I mean, I guess it might be a ramp deck if they're just not playing anything. Gonna want to get to 9 energy and then play an Aurora. Seems to be maybe what their game plan is gonna be here. Okay, Misfortune has this Nocturne here. Try and swing into one of these fields, but there's a ton of energy open from the opponents, so that's going to be a very dangerous play. This Nocturne probably won't get through anything, but might just want to try anyway. Kind of have to make something happen here. Don't really just want to sit and wait and let your opponents keep scoring for free. Like, you have to try and contest something. Let's see what their game plan is this turn. I can't imagine they're just gonna let the opponent get to 6 points next turn. think you have to play Aurora Nocturne as to make it worth. Not in 1v1, you don't normally do that, but maybe in 2v2, yeah. Going a more combo-y route with Promising Future. Okay, we got a Snapvine coming down to kill a unit. And gonna take a point with this Nocturne. Not gonna try and swing over this Time Turner. Just gotta let the opponent... Oh, okay. Gonna gust it back to hand. So they won't score next turn. Okay. Gonna play a cane down onto the board and probably just pass. Interesting. Yeah, another card that's pretty good with combo-y stuff. Like Ride the Wind. Can easily clear all 3 battlefields, I guess. At least in this scenario. Yeah, this card seems very strong against Teemo. Teemo can't really pull units off of battlefields to go into safety, because you lose your hidden card unless it's also a unit. In which case that just dies to Kane for free. Yeah, very tricky card to play against for Teemo. You've got this Nocturne here, but do you even commit it to a battlefield for the potential of it just getting swept by Kane? For sure they have purple Yasuo as well when they have Kane. Yeah, I'd imagine so. This card's really good with Ride the Wind and all that stuff. Oh, there it is. Promising Future. Let's see if they hit any Nocturnes. Each player looks at top 5 and plays something. This card's currently not playable in 1v1. It's just not really that good, but in 2v2, when there's 4 people and you can build your decks around it a little better, we'll see how well this does. Okay, we've got a Nocturne here. So... hope they know how to resolve it correctly, because it's kind of rules annoyance. Yeah, and it got an errata recently. They called the judge. Okay, well, looks like they don't know what to do. Alright, this may take a little bit. Yeah, this card can take a while to resolve sometimes, especially with Nocturnes put into the mix as well. Okay, so we're gonna get a Nocturne and another unit, potentially if they hit one. Singularity, okay. Or are they playing cards they don't know how to play? Well, we get newer players all the time, so it's not that big a deal. Everybody's got to start somewhere. Ooh, Dead Bloom. Okay, that's really good. That is a really strong card. Oh yeah, giving your opponent that card is not what you want to do. Okay, let's see what our other two players get. A Dazzling Aurora, okay. We like seeing that card for free. That's really nice. And a Mask of Foresight, that's it? Okay. That's not good. Yeah, this MF got a Dazzling Aurora and a Nocturne off of this card. That's pretty good for them. Singularity's alright, it doesn't really do that much except kill this Kane. And the Dead Bloom's pretty good. See, the opponent's got 10 energy worth of cards. And you got 9, 13, 19. Okay, that's probably worth it. Yeah, they can play this Dead Bloom to one of these fields if they want to. Yeah, they're thinking about which field they want to put this Dead Bloom on. Honestly, doesn't really matter that much. Both these fields are pretty good for this guy to go to. I can see why 2v games take forever now. This card took like 10 minutes to resolve. Okay, they're going to commit it down to this field. Yeah, I don't think Teemo can fight against this guy. With one white on the board, yeah, that's not looking great for them. But they do get a free Aurora. That's nice. Man, this card takes forever to resolve. Jeez. We've only got 20 minutes left with this game. I don't think it's going to finish before time gets called. And it might not finish at all. We'll see. Okay, Singularity is finally being played. We're still resolving Promising Future, by the way. Okay, they're gonna respond with an On Guard to save this cane. Yeah, Dead Bloom's just gonna win this combat. I don't think there's anything they can do about it. Okay. Promising future is done resolving. Yay. Alright, looks like they chose to put their Nocturne onto this battlefield here, just bolster their defenses here more, I guess. Kane can't easily swing into this field now. Well, he can if he ganks over. But he won't win the combat. Misfortunes on 2 runes. But they do have a Dazzling Aurora developed, which is pretty good. That card is gonna snowball like crazy. If they're allowed to continue into the late game. We'll see how our opposing team is going to try and navigate scoring enough points fast enough so that this Aurora doesn't become a problem. They're going down to 1 rune. A single rune. To play challenge. Okay. This Kane does still have 6 damage on him. He's at 8 from on guard. So this challenge will kill him. It'll also kill the thing you're using challenge on though. Looks like they might be thinking about responses or something. Yasuo has no energy. It looks like they're challenging their Nocturne against this Kane. It's gonna kill both of them. Yasuo's board is completely empty now. Okay. Consult the past. Could we flip to draw 2 cards? Very nice. And this Teemo is gonna die. With this dead bloom. Nothing you can do about that. Going down to 1 rune is pretty risky. But you have an Aurora developed. So, not going to be able to hard play any cards, really. For a while. Just going to be flipping stuff off of Aurora. Which could be good, it could be not great. You have Nocturnes in your deck, so it could just hit that. Could not really do much. Also hit really big stuff. As Aurora is known to do. We'll play a Gust on our own Teemo to save him. Okay. Maybe they might have a response. Nope. Gotta go back to hand. Okay. Yep, and they're gonna take a point off of this dead bloom. How many cards does Teemo have in hand? 4? Okay. That's not a bad number. Would have thought it would be less because they've been playing all these ramp cards, but it's not actually that bad. I'm gonna go ahead and move this Nocturne up onto this field, taking it potentially scoring a point, establishing control. They can hide up to 2 cards there if they want. Oh, they're gonna ride the wind. Dead Bloom. Okay. Interesting. That is gonna attack into this combat. It's getting buffed up to 10 because of this guy. So yeah, this Nocturne's just gonna die. And they're gonna score another point. Up to 6. That's pretty good. They want to close out the game as fast as they can before this Dazzling Aurora starts becoming a problem. Teemo is going to play a stacked deck. Just look at some cards, trying to find something useful. They're out of energy here, so their turn is basically over. I don't really know what else they can do this turn. I don't think they can do anything. Yeah, they're just going to pass their turn over to MF. We'll see what they can do. How many cards do they have? 5 now and 4. Okay, also a decent hand size. Got some good stuff to work with. Just going to accelerate this Misfortune. This is not something you can do. You cannot be on the field. Oh, they're just on the wrong color. Okay. Yeah, this is theirs. They're just not on the right color. Gonna go ahead and retreat a unit to save it. Okay. Go up to 7 after ganking over their Dead Bloom. I'm gonna go ahead and move their Misfortune back, and then ready their Dead Bloom and gank it over again. And score another point. That is a lot of points this turn. Gonna go up to 9. And getting ready to close the game out pretty soon. Ready up 2 units or 2 runes from Targons, so they may have some interaction on the opponent's turn. Yeah, this is a pretty good position to be in if you're Misfortune and Yasuo. You do have potential to win the game next turn, I think. They're probably going to want to put down the Snapvine onto one of these battlefields. Yeah, to try and wall the opponent out a little bit. Make it harder for them to close the game out. Then they're going to resolve this Dazzling Aurora at the end of their turn. We'll see what they manage to flip off of it. A Dead Bloom. Okay, that goes to base. if you put it onto this, it just dies because of mask, so it just has to go to base. Yeah, you can't really attack here. Unless you have a plan to win combat. Yeah, you can put it on this battlefield if you want to make it harder for your opponent to win the game this turn. That is a play you could think about doing. But they're pretty far ahead. They could just start playing for holding. Because if they take one of these fields, they go to 10, and then they just have to hold on either field and win that way. But yeah, it is probably safer to just stack stuff and have them try and push through a bunch of units if they want to actually win the game this turn. Last breath on the Dead Bloom. That's pretty good. Okay. They're gonna kill the Snapvine and not this. Okay, interesting. Right, the wind. Alright, yeah. Doesn't matter, they killed this anyway. Is this gonna go up to 9 because of this card? And beat over. This guy should be readied. Right? No. Yeah, it should be. That's right, the wind readies it. Yeah, they can win the game here if they want. This unit should be readied. They could also do that, yeah. Just use Yasuo to move this up and win. Yep, that's GG. Yeah, they had a bunch of ways to win here. Alright, well, yeah. That was pretty fast. Well, it wasn't fast, that was an hour, but in terms of scoring points per turn, that was pretty fast from this team.